I started my relationship with his music when I was 12 years old. And my dad gave me a stack of Dylan records when I was that age. And he was touring a lot. And it was like my way to feel closer to him because he was such a big Bob Dylan fan. And I wanted to understand, why. And it just clicked for me. It was just this most imaginative, like beautiful world that he built that I just wanted to live in. And like, I would just get attached to specific songs and just want to listen to them over and over again. Because he taught me how to be just a fearless songwriter and to just write, just write. And I was very inspired by that and started really writing creatively around that time and writing songs then. Yeah. And then this was one of the first voices that I remember being like nothing I'd ever heard. It was like I would try when I was like 16, I would sing her songs and try to emulate the way that she sang because I loved it so much. So I would just obsess over how to match that attitude and that soulfulness, and just her energy was just, unparalleled. No one could match it. I couldn't do it, but I tried. And then The Clash. So I was turned on to The Clash at around age 11, and this was the Royal Tenenbaum soundtrack that got me into it. Police and Thieves was on that soundtrack, and then I delved into all their discography and just became obsessed with Joe Strummer and like all of it. And the Ramones. That was a time I started like loving punk rock, and like I lived in this kind of the small town, and like it was like I was into counterculture stuff. I just knew from a young age that I didn't want to be like everybody else, and The Clash and Joe Strummer, just inspired me to just be myself. And yeah, so I needed that. And he's also a very, very soulful singer, and I adore him. And then this album, Tina Turner is another early voice that I would hear growing up, that my mom would listen to, or my dad both, and just her energy. I also remember what she looked like in the 90s when I was a kid. I remember that hair and her style, and like she was just a force, like I knew she was important even as like a little kid. And this, I just love, Phil Spector's dreamy, reverby, magical world that he built and all of his songs that he produced. And it's just such a powerful song. And I can't imagine, I can't imagine what it was like when it was on the radio, like this, I don't even know how to describe it. Another world that was just built, in such a unique way. Yeah, I could talk about this for a long time, but I'm not going to, because there are other things I'd like to say, but I'm going to just leave it at that. It's perfection. And last but not least, Nina Simone. I was turned on to Nina Simone when I was like 16, and I discovered this album later in life, in my 20s, and I just think she had such a depth of knowing of like the human condition and like everything that it means to be a woman. And like almost the way that her voice is androgynous is like, it just is so intriguing to the ear. You just don't know what is going on. It's like this otherworldly thing. And I just feel really connected to a lot of her music. Like, I couldn't pick just one album, but this was the one that, there's this song, Suzanne, that's at the top on side one, the Leonard Cohen song, that I think she just totally makes hers, you know. Along with all of these, To Love Somebody, that's the definitive version that I like to listen to. No disrespect to, what was it, the Bee Gees? Yeah. The Times Are Changing. And she does she does 3 Dylan songs. I Shall Be Released, just like Tom Thumb's Blues and Times Are Changing. Amazing. And Pete Seeger, and I mean, her taste was impeccable too. But yeah. Anyways, I could talk about Nina Simone forever too, but this one is a special one. Yes. So you can check out all of these albums that I've found today at the Memphis Listening Lab at the Crosstown Concourse, and many more. Thousands. There's a lot of music in here. It's a special place. So come check out the Memphis Listening Lab.